In this video, I'm going to share with you what has had the biggest impact in my life by far. This one thing that really affected the result I get in my life, that helped me overcome so many of my insecurities, that helped me become more confident, more consistent in my business, become more successful, happier. But it's also the one thing that is holding people back the most. So if you've been procrastinating, if you've been struggling with insecurities, with worry, with anxiety, with self-doubt, if you've been unable to manifest and get what you want in your life, or if you've been taking one step forward, two steps back, this video is for you. And once you get this, and once you make that shift, I guarantee you everything will shift for you. So let's have a look at this. Here is the thing. Everybody has some form of goal, some form of desire, some form of result they're looking after. Maybe you want more money, maybe you want a relationship, maybe you want to lose weight, maybe you want to be more confident, maybe you want to be having a sense of control over your life. Whatever it is, we all want something. Okay? Then the question is, how do I get there? What do I need to do? How do I need to behave? What do I need to be like in order to create that result? And so one of the main things is that we often go to our behavior in order for us to get that result, because we assume if I change what I do, or if I do something else, or if I shift my diet, or if I start working out more, or if I do a different form of habit, it's going to give me that different result. And it makes sense, because if you change your behavior, something is going to change in your result. And yet often it is not enough, because maybe you don't know what you need to do, maybe you're lacking the clarity, maybe you're lacking the skills, or you're inconsistent with it, or you're afraid to do it, or you have anxiety around it, or you start to do it and then you stop and you procrastinate and you start tomorrow and you go back to doing what you used to do, and therefore you get a little bit of result or you don't get any result, and you just dabble in and out, in and out. So for a lot of people, behavior alone is not enough to get the result. And so very often what people do next is they try to get the skills or the knowledge. And this is something we see a lot, especially now in the information age, in social media and YouTube. You can get all the skills and all the knowledge you want on unlimited for free or for very cheap, or for very expensive, depending on where you're getting it from. And we assume that once I get the knowledge, once I get that understanding, once I get the indication or the certificate or the degree or the capability, then my behavior will change. And therefore my result will change. Again, logically, it makes sense. Right? So we spend a lot of time reading books, going on YouTube, watching videos like this, we get degree, we spend money, we get coaches, we do all those kind of things in order to get the skills or the knowledge that we think we required in order to get the result, right? So maybe you want to lose weight, you start to learn about nutrition and best workout and the body and blah, blah, blah. And now you have some form of knowledge that you can turn into a behavior, that you can turn into new results. And yet again, it doesn't always work out for most people, because a lot of people know everything they need to know. They know way more than they actually need to know in order to get the result. They tried so many things and they didn't get the result. They read so many books, so many courses. They know everything about it, but they're not doing anything about it. And in one of my videos recently, I said that knowledge is not power. It is applied knowledge that creates the result we want. So what is it that's blocking us from taking the behavior that we spend so much time and effort to learn in order to get the result we want? Well, there is one thing, and this is by far the most important. And this is what I call the self-image. And your self-image is what is driving your result. And I want to spend some time with you because this is the most profound and the most simple and yet the most transformative information that will allow you to make the transformation that you get. Your self-image drives all your results. And oftentimes you're not even aware of it. So let me tell you, what is your self-image? It's all the beliefs you have about yourself, what you can, what you cannot do. It's the belief you have about your identity, who you are, who you're not. It's all those emotions that you have buried about past events, the resentment, the fear, the anger, all that past conditioning. But it's also all your habits that makes you who you are today, that makes you do what you do today. And so your self-image is mostly subconscious, meaning it is something you don't think about, it is something you are. And so when people tell you, I'm a slow learner, I'm just not that good looking, success is not really for me, it's for everybody else, but who am I to get that thing, right? I'm just a normal person. When people use that kind of descriptive language about themselves, they're referring to their self-image, and very often they're not aware of the implication of it. But what is so significant is that if your self-image is not aligned with the result you want, you will not get there. You may consciously and with your willpower push yourself to do some form of behavior. But the moment you get tired, the moment you get afraid, the moment you have an excuse, you'll jump out. Because your self-image will try to remain consistent with who you are, how you see yourself. That is one of our greatest needs, to remain consistent with the way we see ourselves. And so if subconsciously you see yourself as being fat and ugly, and what you really want is to be liked, to be loved, to feel pretty, and to lose weight, and to be in the best shape, that is two radically different goals. So you see so many people going on endless diet and trying everything possible in the world in order to get the result, lose the weight, feel more pretty, feel more attractive, and yet deep down, they still relate to themselves as being unattractive, as being ugly. And as long as those beliefs are not changed, they will not get the result, or they'll get there and then they'll slip back. Same happen in business, same happen around money, same happen around success. How often do people will tell you, well, success equals hard work, and I'm not even that smart, and all this kind of limitation around who they are, what they can or what they can do. And with that kind of self-image and attitude about themselves, how are you expected to get the result and to do the things you want to do? You can't. So how often do you see people who will tell you that, rich people are greedy and they're bad and things of this nature? They have a very negative image around money, around success. And yet they want money so freaking bad. But it's so incongruent. When I started becoming a coach, I felt fake. I felt, who am I to coach people? Who am I to be telling people what to do? Who am I to charge money for my coaching? I felt like an imposter. Why? Because my self-image was still rooted in my whole identity of what I was doing before that. And so it felt very incongruent, very weird with me. And that's when people tell you, well, it's not for me, it's not who I am. But when did you decide who you are? Who told you who you are? Very often it started from your childhood, and then you just grew up into that person, experience after experience after experience. And you started to assimilate those type of things. And then boom, this is who I am. Again, it's very subconscious. Most people are not aware of all that package, all those beliefs that they are assigning, labeling onto them. And so if you want your life to change, you have to start at the root of all change. And that is your self-image. You have to become, subconsciously, you have to embody the identity, the beliefs of the person that is going to get the result that you want. So if you want to be healthy, to be attractive, to be confident, to feel loved, you have to start loving yourself. You have to start seeing yourself as an attractive, worthy person now. You have to unravel and break down all those lies that you told yourself, all those stories you've told yourself. If you want to get more success, or if you want to start something of your own, or if you want to get promoted, you're going to break those beliefs that are holding you back, the stories you keep telling yourself. I had a client not too long ago. When he was young, he was in a situation where he was told very harshly that he will never amount to anything. Imagine what that belief can do to a person's self-image and to the result. Why even bother? Because if subconsciously you have that belief, I'll never amount to anything, You will block yourself from success and from the best thing in your life in the most profound ways. And your subconscious mind doesn't know what's right, what's good, what's bad. It just knows what is there, what you've been giving it, what you condition itself into it. And we live what we believe. And if your self-image is not congruent with the result you want, with the behavior you need to have, you will not use all those talent, those ability, those skills that you have right now. That's why so many people are dabbling and they're not taking the action, because all those fears that are being generated from their self-image, all those insecurities, all this lack of belief in themselves that they have, is preventing them from going there. And so it feels like there's this gigantic gap of anxiety and worry and self-doubt that's blocking so many people. So if you want to manifest whatever it is that you want in your life, if you want to create the life that you desire, if you want to change your life and quantum leap, what you really need to do to get the result is to start at the root. What you really need is not more knowledge, more information, more of reading. What you need is to really go at the core, to look at yourself, to look at those beliefs, those emotions, those habits, those stories of your life, and to start to change that story and to answer the question, who am I? And who do I need to be in order to live the life that I really want? And make that shift. And if you don't know where to start, this channel has a lot of resources on how to break and change and identify the beliefs that you have and shift your self-image. I also have a 30-day program that is designed over a period of 30 days to help you completely transform your self-image, to help you break down those beliefs, those emotions that are holding you back, and to create a new story for yourself. You can check down in the link down below. The most important is to realize that if you want things to change, you have to change, and you have to become the person that will create that life and that thing that you desire. It starts with, who do I need to be in order to create the life that I desire? And once you become that person, I guarantee you that the behavior and everything else and the synchronicity will fall into place in the most amazing ways. So I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. I hope you get a lot of clarity. I cannot tell you how many lives and how many of my clients' lives have changed the moment they change their self-image. I cannot tell you just how profoundly my own life has changed as a result of changing my self-image. And your life can change as well. So change your self-image, change your life. Please like, share, subscribe. I will see you next time. Be well.